Hello everyone, we are looking at my 2009 Ranger 2.35 speed manual, two-wheel drive of course. It was originally a long bed. It got hit in the back 4 different times by 4 different drivers, 3 insurance claims, almost into the 5 figures over time. Anyway, this truck, long story short, with the odometer that's off, but with the odometer at 130,000 miles, I had a shop replace everything to do with the clutch itself, input bearing, clutch slave cylinder, clutch master cylinder. The shop was Central Automotive in Oak Park Heights, Minnesota. Oak Park Heights, slash Stillwater. And so that was at when the odometer read 130,000 miles, 130,000 something. And now at 158,000 miles, clutch slave failed. 28,000 miles is all that the clutch slave failed on this one. I think I remember talking to one of the mechanics there, or maybe the guy that scheduled the work, and I asked about, do you know what brand of clutch slave you're going to use on this? And he says, well, we like to get the ones online that it's a clutch master and slave that are pre-bled. I believe that's the same thing they did with my 2011 Ranger. They also did the same work in this 2011 Ranger. The clutch slave failed at 162,000 miles on it. Now it has 202,000 miles on it. And I'm pissed. I spent, I think, over $1,700 on the job. I probably should have shopped around and got a better price somewhere farther away from the Twin Cities. And well, then when I went to pick up the truck, they tried to double charge me for the clutch slave when actually, they originally told me they buy the clutch slave and master as a pair. So on the list for all the expenses, they had another clutch slave, and I argued with them until they finally took it off. And then, but when I picked it up from Central Automotive in the summer of 2022, the ABS light was on. When I brought the truck to them, there was no bed on it. I had no bed on it. And about a month later, I started to work on building this flatbed on it. And I looked in the wire going into the rear differential, and the front of the rear differential was cut. I mean cut, just about an inch outside of where it goes into the rear axle. Literally cut with someone, took a wire cutter to it. I ended up calling there and talked to Dave, one of the owners. He was really puzzled by that happening. He sounded honest, but I went and bought a new wire, and he says, yeah, we'll put it in, but we're not going to pay for the wire. I had to buy the wire at Ford dealership. I had it scheduled. They were going to put the wire in, and then I got sick or something, and it never happened. So that's my fault, but really pissed. 28,000 miles when the original clutch slave cylinder lasted to 148. Okay, I better explain. I parked this truck. The original clutch slave failed when the odometer said 148,000 miles. I parked the truck on the other end of the barn here, took the battery out. It sat over a year, no battery in it, put a battery in it, I think spring of 2022, started it up. It stumbled to life, and the odometer was 130,000. So somehow, some way, I don't know, the the odometer lost 18,000 miles. So it was parked February or March of 21 with 148. It was started up spring of 22 with 130,000. So, but I'm pissed. I'm out of warranty. I don't know. I don't know. Should I waste time calling Dave and saying, you know, you're putting crap. You're putting crap in my trucks. With this truck, the clutch slave on this one failed, I think, a year or two prior. And I was driving this one delivering pizza, and the owner of the pizza place, I still had the bent up box on the back, and owner of the pizza place didn't like me driving around delivering pizza with a banged up truck. Owner of the pizza place actually said, you know, if you want to get Central to put a clutch in this truck, we'll pay for it and you can pay us back in payments. That's what they did. I mean, I've been with the company since 2002, so I that happened, and then I paid them off within about, I can't remember if it was 2, 3, 4 months, but anyway, that's a really good employer that does that for an employee. But I was their main pizza delivery driver. Anyway, I'm pissed at Central Automotive. Sorry, my hands are shaking. Really pissed. Probably gonna have to do this repair myself here in the barn. I got a cement floor, no heat. It's winter time in Minnesota, and I'm probably gonna unbolt the cab and lift the cab up. I don't know how much higher I'm gonna lift the cab off. I could always try and remove the cab all the way off and roll the truck out from under it, and then remove the transmission and replace the clutch slave. But I don't know, haven't decided yet. I did the clutch and transmission in my 2004 Ranger in here in I think it's January, February 2011, and then I ended up buying this truck at the end of March 2011. So my hands are cold. Thanks for watching and listening to me vent. Thanks, bye.